Open prayer book, page number 1. Dala Dawa Jebe Rai No Bar Jebe Ge Larba Dan Dan Jen Jebe Bar Da Jo Bar Jeba Dan Je Je Zor Jebe Ma Nam Ga Dan Nyan Be Zen Jen Dan Je Dawa Dan Dong Dan Ja Nyur De La Na Me Bar Yan Da Bar Zo Be Jan Jo Ram Ba Je Do Bar Ja.
All mother sentient beings, limitless as space, especially those enemies who hate me, obstructors who harm me, and those who create obstacles on my path to liberation and omniscience, may they experience happiness, be free from suffering, and swiftly may they attain precious, unsurpassed, perfectly complete enlightenment. All mother sentient beings, limitless as space, especially those enemies who hate me, obstructors who harm me, and those who create obstacles on my path to liberation and omniscience, may they experience happiness, be free from suffering, and swiftly may they attain precious, unsurpassed, perfectly complete enlightenment.
Dia ja da samaya ja ba da le ya za ge wa la go ma ja ba da le ya za ge wa la go ne da na zon ya ma za da zan je bar de le ya zan ge wa la go.
For that purpose, until I attain Buddhahood, I will apply my body, speech, and mind to virtue. Until death, I will apply my body, speech, and mind to virtue. From today until this time tomorrow, I will apply my body, speech, and mind to virtue.
John John Yen Bon Je Je Bar Zon Je Na La Ja Zun Je Je Dan Shan Je Sen Ba Yu Zo La De Shen Ja Zun Je Je Dan Wen Je De Je Je Jan Jo Do Ne Je Ba Dan John Jo Sen Ba Loi Ba Loi De Da Ren Je Ne Ba Dai De Yen Ro Lai Ben Dan Da Jan Jo Sen Je Je Shen De Yen Da Na La Ba La Ren Ba Yen Da La Ba Ye.
I take refuge in the Buddhas until attaining the essence of awakening. Likewise, I take refuge in the Dharma and in the assembly of the Bodhisattvas. Just as the Buddhas of the past gave rise to bodhicitta and progressed on the Bodhisattva's path, so shall I give rise to bodhicitta for the benefit of all beings and practice the stages of the Bodhisattva's path. I take refuge in the Buddhas until attaining the essence of awakening. Likewise, I take refuge in the Dharma and in the assembly of the Bodhisattvas. Just as the Buddhas of the past gave rise to bodhicitta and progressed along the Bodhisattva's path, so shall I give rise to bodhicitta for the benefit of all beings and practice the stages of the Bodhisattva's path. Until awakening, I take refuge in the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By the merit of the generosity and the other perfections, may I attain Buddhahood for the benefit of all beings. Until awakening, I take refuge in the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By the merit of generosity and the other perfections, may I attain Buddhahood for the benefit of all beings. May all mother sentient beings, limitless as space, have happiness and the causes of happiness. May they be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May they not be separated from the happiness that is free from sorrow. May they rest in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion. May all mother sentient beings, limitless as space, have happiness and the causes of happiness. May they be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May they not be separated from the happiness that is free from sorrow. May they rest in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion.
Mandala offering.
An infinite array of worlds, each with 4 continents and the wealth of infinite oceans of realms. If I bring them all to mind and offer them without exception, please hold with compassion all the beings they contain. My body, enjoyments, and whatever I own, my aggregates, elements, and sense sources, my aspirations now and in times to come, as well as everything I grasp as mine. By offering them all, may I be blessed with the end of self-grasping, completely liberated from the bounds of real and unreal, transcending the names and attributes of arising, cessation, and abiding, coming and going, affirmation and denial. The supreme mandala is the natural state. When I offer it, bless me to attain the state of Buddhahood.
Mandala
Page 11.
O Zenja Nanja Sambada Loya Jara Jadarva Jejo Dama Debaye Jejangolo Gordo.
Please turn the wheel of the Dharma of the greater, lesser, and common vehicles according to the dispositions and mental capacities of sentient beings. I think more volume maybe for the more volume for Drupon Rinpoche's mic, please.
It's okay.
Tessa shoot you mare. I think maybe kala tanya martina. I think if you can. Da yeah.
Oh yeah, then tangarang so train them joke on Sedwa. What in do tangarang so take your water tambo one drop around so the one drop the drop one drop around chi tene that one can Korea one drop to 2 chi under that's one drop matanga what your
So today, Drupon Rinpoche will begin by giving us the Chakrasamvara empowerment. So as always with empowerment, there are the preliminary steps to be taken. So the first of those preliminary steps, which is the self-empowerment, has already been completed. And then there's the collective preliminary steps that we also engage in. So we begin with that, which include the cleansing, and then offering a torma to dispel obstructing forces.
Anam Chine Trusoda, Laye Chune Tabadi, Tiki Daki Chu, Sarvata Tangata, Ambikangati, Samaya, Om Benzara Sadu, Samaya, Manu Balaya, Benzara Sadu, Dino, Baradi, Chandri, Me Baba, Sudu Kayo Me Baba, Subu Kayo Me Baba. Anurato me baba, sarva sede me parayeza, sarva karma suza me zedayam guru hum, ha hu bangavan sarva dat, gata banzara ma manze banzara baba ma samaya, sadu banzara sadu samaya man Balaya Banzara Sadhu Dino Badi Chandri Chume Baba Sudukayo Me Baba Subukayo Me Baba Anurado Me Baba Sarva Siddhi Me Braya Sarva Karma Suza Me Zidani Anguru Hum Ha 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 Bo Bhagavan Sarva Dadaga Anamame Manze Banzara Baba Ma Samaya Sadhu Banzara Sadhu Samaya Manu Balaya Banzara Sadhu Dina Varadi Chandri Chume Baba Sudukayo Me Baba Subukayo Me Baba Anurado Me Baba Sarva Siddhi Me Baraye Sarva Karmaya Me Zidaya Guru Hum Ha Bhagavan Sarva Dadangat Banzara Mama Manze Banzara Baba Ma Samaya Sadhu Banzara Sadhu Samaya Manu Balaya Banzara Sadhu Dino Badi Chandri Chume Baba Sudukayo Me Baba Subukayo Me Baba Anurado Me Baba Sarva Siddhi Me Braya Sarva Karma Suza Me Zidami Anguru Hum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sarva Tathagata Banzara Mama Manze Banzara Baba Ma Samaya Sadhu Tene Zangmo Ti Chuchi Ya Se Ngazo Lunga Yus Chima Jangwa Rong Chi Tene Don Ma Dang Ya Zela Zhe Ngazo Zhe Zhe Da Zanga Nyam Le Chi Ya Fa Ji Me Yong Ba De Zo La Pa Don Ma Jin Ya Ti Chi Chi.
So when we do the cleansing, what we are cleansing essentially are the doors of body, speech, and mind. So all of the defilements and obscurations of body, speech, and mind are cleansed. And then when we offer the torma, we're offering the torma to ensure that there won't be obstacles that are posed or that interrupt our practice of secret mantra.
Om Begane Da Jeda Om Pi Om Subhava Shuddha Sarvat Subhava Shuddho Ha Dong Begang Li Yam Li Long Rang Li Me Jing Ko Deng Tu Om A Pong Li Tu Wei Ji Wei Zong Lan Li Bi A Li Tu Ba Yang Xian Jia Qi Wei Nang Tu Wu Zang Chu Ye Hong Om Hong Om Kam Zhang Mam Cang Mam Lang Bam Li Du Zeng A Dang Zhu Ma Nga Chu Wei Rang Sang Wong Jin Chen Pa Long Ke Yu Me Barkin Koro Wei Sang Wong Tang Ji Bei Zin Na Xu Ba Ni Ma Che Kra De Wei Kan Do Jin Ti Lang Pa Le Chu Bei Ngui Jun Do Tang Cu Ma Ka Zhen Ka Wo Du Da Ba Ti Ni Xu Ne Ju Tang Yin Min Ji Bei Deng Tu A Le A Ye Ye Bu Re Le Le Ye Wong Wong A Ga Ga Kan Ga Nga Za San San Yan Na Zhe Shen Zhe Da 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 Zhen Da Na Ba Pa Ba Ma Ya Ra La Ba Xia Ka Sa Jia Yong Su Qiu Wa Le O Ma A Pong Deng 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 Tu Zi Ban Ne Ba Le Jin Ko Ji Han Nang Chu Sim Qian Jie Tong Ji Ne Nian Ba Ra Xia Ye Ge Zong Lan Tian Ye Ge Song Biang Tam Se Ke Tu Zhe Tang Ni Su Mi Ba Ra Qiu Ro Tam Se Ke Tu Zhe Tang Ni Su Mi Ba Ra Qiu Ro Om Da Xia De Pen Man Ang Bo La So Qiu Chong Hu Jie Jian Chang Om Da Xia Du Ka Lu Ka Ba Sa Ba Re Ba Re Ban Zar Sa Ma So Om Da Xia Du Ka Lu Ka Ba La Sa Ba Re Ba Re Ar Gan Ba Ding Bi Bi Du Bi A Lu Gen Ne We De Xia Da Ba Ding Za Ye So Om Dasha de Galoga Bola Sabare Vare Garo Mogan Sarvatan Adeniven Ma Hong Pi So Ha Woman Cho Jong Cho Jong Jobo Kordanji Choji Dorman de Nonda Nenjur Dasha Kurji Nemi Sedan Wan Chodan Bedan Tadan Garbasan Long Chu Jachen Guton Zo Shedan Jela Sobai Leje Ngoro Dala Zoro Tamse Jenje Dala Zon Ngoro Gunje Gaji Zoro Tumi Shedan Ni Natong Dong Tang Ge Na She Baran Zo Malam Yan Tang Sema Ngen Cheten Ngen Ba Mi Baran Zo Jiten De Shen Lo Le Ba Ndona Per Shen Chun Per Ba De Le Tam Jin Ro Ba Yilan Do Ba Gun Ro Zo 네 당가랑서 이 원티 무지라 원티 자 치료된 전부 가르삼 거 그렇잖아. 단 이제 아주 마저 남카 다녀면 심지한 참지 다 송교들이 장 공방 토버차 뒤치도다 그래서 왕 휴년 날에 군계 날에 뒤섬 세상에 와서 정말서 장쇼 심지 야도 개침보리에서
So then we enter now into the main process of the empowerment. And in doing so, then it's important to set the pure or proper motivation. So we do so by bringing to mind all mother sentient beings as vast as space pervades, and with the intention or the wish to establish all of them in the state of the fully perfected state of Vajradhara. Then both the one who is bestowing the empowerment and those who are receiving the empowerment generate an intention or mind of bodhicitta. So establishing bodhicitta as the intention for receiving empowerment is very important. And so, especially when practicing secret mantra, if it is bodhicitta that is really is the kind of guiding intention, then our practice will be successful. But it's really important to have bodhicitta as the foundation for everything. Our Dharma practice, whether we're practicing, whether we're receiving empowerment, any Dharma practice that we engage in should be guided by bodhicitta.
Zangmo Dorjee tikwa la ta Zangmo Sarma se ze ta nyingma se ni yores. Zangmo Sarma se je nyingma se ni. Wa tene ta choji bande ade sha ta marba lo cha la so ta mar ta de Zangmo Sarma se timu Zangmo nyingma se. Wa ta tin yun ja se la pyo res la bres. Wa de ta ta nga to ta ze ka so bande Zangmo Sarma res.
And so, as the Buddha, Shakyamuni, manifested countless ways or means to tame or to guide beings in need of guidance, and he engaged in the various turnings of the wheel of Dharma, and manifested all of the 84,000 categories of Dharma teachings for the accord with the dispositions of different sentient beings. And among all of those collections of teachings and instructions, the most precious or supreme are those found in the category of secret mantra Vajrayana. And we have essentially the two out of the Dharma, the secret mantra that's practiced or that came out of Tibet. We have the two categories of the Sarma tradition, or the newer tradition, and the Nyingma tradition, or older tradition. And so everything that sort of stems or comes from the lineages of, say, like Atisha and Jowo Atisha and Marpa constitute the Sarma, the teachings and practices of the Sarma tradition. And what came prior belongs to the Nyingma tradition or older tradition. So this empowerment and practice that we're receiving today belongs to the category of Sarma. So in Secret Mantra, we have the different categories of Tantra, the four classes of Tantra, which are Kriya Tantra, Charya Tantra, Yoga Tantra, and Anuttara Yoga Tantra, or Unsurpassed Yoga Tantra. And then in the category, so this empowerment and practice of Chakrasamvara belongs to the highest category of Tantra, the category of highest Yoga Tantra, or Anuttara Yoga Tantra. And then in that, we further have the divisions of the collections that with the kind of connected primarily with skillful means, which are the Father Tantras, and then the collections which are focused more on the wisdom aspect, which are the Mother Tantras, and then we have the category of non-dual Tantra. So this also belongs to the category of Mother Tantra. And in these the original tantras themselves are extraordinarily extensive. They're very extensive. So there are a lot of also sadhanas that have been developed, based on those that are likewise very extensive. So Rigzin Chugidrakpa, seeing that what is needed for beings of, especially during these degenerate times, to engage in practices that are more accessible and more concise, it took like the very quintessence, kind of the essence, the vital essence of these practices, and then condense them into more concise and accessible sadhanas. And so in particular also he did this with with four deities, which then are the four co-emergent deities of the Drikung, Kagyu tradition. And so so these 4 co-emergent deities, and this is where this practice also comes from. Yeah, and so then these 4 co-emergent deities that belong in this particular cycle from Rigzin Chuda are Guya Samaja, Akshobhya Guya Samaja, which came from the lineage of Lopon Gekpa Dorjee. And then the Chakrasamvara, which we're practicing, which comes from the tradition of Lobon Drupa. And then, or Drupupa, and then Hivadra, which comes from the tradition of Lobon Shida. Shida. And then the chakras, Kala Chakra, which comes from the tradition of Rahula Bhadra. So these are the 4 co-emergent deities, and within them we have Chakrasamvara.
One Shivate, Zumka, Yam, Lunga is on Tadi Zivik, Chamata to Grace. What in the melody, Tezonra, Humba Jibon Doba, Chi once, Humba Jibon Joat, Chi one race. Humba Jibor Chakrawanga, Humba Golsha, Chi one race. Running like Doba, knock once. Run like what knock one race. What is Ripa Doru Chuba, Tonji once. Doru Santa Sammo, what Yaboshiasona, Tontambe one race. What in do Zangmo, so what is Diaboti, Gomgo, or Kitchen, so this is also antique on some of the kitchen bodies.
So then also in general, with the process of empowerment, there is always, the process of empowerment occurs in like various degrees of elaboration or kind of proliferation within the different categories of empowerment. But in general, you have the basis of the 4 empowerments. So that's the Vase empowerment, which primarily is purifying the obscurations of the body. And then the secret empowerment, which is primarily purifying obscurations of speech. The wisdom awareness empowerment, which is primarily purifying obscurations of the mind. And then the 4th empowerment, or the word empowerment, which is purifying all 3 simultaneously or as a whole. And so then also, as Milarepa has said, the outer empowerment is, the receival of the vase at your crown. So when our heads are touched by the vase, this is the outer empowerment. The inner empowerment, this is regarding the vase empowerment. The inner empowerment is inwardly meditating or generating your form as the pure form of the Yidam deity. So that's the vase, and then the nipa di Zangmo wang rebe ranglu. Milareba. Di Zangmo wang. Oh, okay. So that's the inner empowerment. And then the secret empowerment, the Sangwa Rikpa. And so then understanding the meaning or the meaning of the empowerment is in recognizing the true nature of your own awareness. So there are these different levels, the real meaning of empowerment. So it's important to kind of think about empowerment in that way and to really meditate accordingly.
Then Jigan Zongo Yang Sezondo, Karzondo Sena, Huang, Humbe Wang Yerwa, Lula Ngordina, Luigi Domba, Sojuba, Majiwa, Lambata, Zochu Majina, Masanju Yerwa, Sopa, Jaba Ta Tobia, Chinchi Meji. The Lu Jerem Dembala, Tobia. The someone the on someone that's an art modi, Mark Dombashi or 6 over the Kare Nopsen Karisma. Zoom Chama 6 over or Zoom Chama 6 over last over that is all. Mark make a show part heart of ya. Or the not deba demba top to ya, not deba. The one some part of Shiva, the same the corner, same time he saw choking water ya. The Yiji Domba, Nam said, no same that's all your or the so part, or to do. Then told needs me by Yamson, yet demba to ya.
So then also Lord Jigten Sumgan has said that when we receive the Vase empowerment, primarily we are purifying the 3 non-virtues of the body. So taking the life of living beings or killing, stealing or taking that which has not been explicitly given, and sexual misconduct. And in doing so and purifying these negativities, then we also receive the initiation into generating ourselves in the enlightened form of the deity or engaging in the generation stage. And then in receiving the secret empowerment, the secret empowerment, we purify all the non-virtues of speech. So specifically the 4 non-virtues of false speech or telling lies, divisive speech, harsh speech, and idle chatter. And we become initiated into the recitation of the mantra. And then with the 3rd empowerment, the wisdom awareness empowerment, where we are introduced to our mind as Dharmakaya, we purify the mental afflictions, and in particular the non-virtues of the mind, covetousness, ill will, and wrong view. And we are initiated into, or we plant the seed for really attaining the liberation through realizing non-duality.
Long the was here me, but bombs long the was here. Or year me back, Gomne. What is it also you yam cherkes? What is one some part of it, Nature ticket, Karsana, Tabs and Shira, in me Gomne, they don't so you yam cherkes. What is Dawa the Tombe Yamno? That was some joke in Yamno cherkes. What they want Shiva talk about it, that don't need get in me. Gomne. Recton son joke, required that don't be son joke, Yam Chergares. Oh, Recton son joke, Yam Chergares. What in what that in exact number?
So then likewise, then the Vase empowerment, through receiving the Vase empowerment, then one meditates on the indivisibility, or one is kind of introduced to the indivisibility of the generation stage and completion stage yogas, and then the practice becomes the meditation on, or recognition, the ongoing recognition of the indivisibility of appearance and emptiness. And then through receiving the secret empowerment, one is brought into the understanding of the indivisibility of wind or lung and clear light luminosity. And the practice becomes the ongoing recognition of the indivisibility of luminosity and emptiness, or the indivisible union of luminosity and emptiness. Through the 3rd empowerment, or the secret empowerment, one is introduced to the union of method and wisdom, and then the essence of that becomes the practice of the indivisible union of bliss and emptiness. And then through the fourth empowerment, or word empowerment, then one understands the indivisibility of emptiness and great compassion. And then this becomes the ongoing continuity of the realization of the indivisible union of awareness and emptiness. So as these four empowerments again correspond with, or they purify the four different levels of obscuration. And so what happens is that with the Vase empowerment, as the obscurations of fixation to the body as ordinary and appearance or phenomena as ordinary is purified, then the five aggregates are understood to be the nature of the five pure Buddha families. The five elements are understood to be the essence of the five female Buddhas. As the karmic imprint of a kind of ordinary, the ordinary experience of form, or the perception of the body as ordinary and appearance as ordinary, is purified, one understands one's own body to be no different from that of the deity, or one understands one's own body to be indivisible from the pure enlightened form of the deity. And then with the secret empowerment, as the kind of subtle levels of fixation to ordinary speech are purified, then one understands kind of the pure essence of the wind and the process of breathing, or the breath as it, through the inhalation, kind of the pause and the exhalation. And together with this, then there is the introduction to the kind of pure experience of the rhythm of the wind as the Vajra recitation. And the fixation to speech is ordinary, is purified. And then with the wisdom awareness empowerment, as the obscurations of the mind are purified, then one is introduced to the experience of intrinsic awareness as clear light luminosity. And the habits or the karmic imprints of subject-object dualistic fixation are purified. And we then are introduced also to the primordial wisdom and the experience of primordial wisdom as non-thought, or the absence of discursive thought. And then with the fourth empowerment, one realizes all the subtle obscurations or karmic imprints of body, speech, and mind are purified, and one recognizes the indivisibility or indivisible union of enlightened, the experience of body, speech, and mind is the indivisibility of the enlightened body, speech, and mind of the deity. And the fixation, the subtle karmic imprints for fixating to true existence are purified. And then the experience becomes that of recognizing the uncompounded or unconditioned dharma dhatu free from elaboration.
Then the nga zo wang ni juba da sin da juba den zhe gong kuran lu juba de qi. Then nga jiamo mo qi kun du to bi ren ga chen mo qi kun du to bi re.
And so then there's the lineage of the empowerment, which he will read through, and then in terms of his own lineage of empowerment, or the masters that he has received this empowerment from, he's received it from His Holiness Drikung Kyabgun Chetsang Rinpoche, and also, of course, from His Eminence Garchen Rinpoche. So now, to receive the empowerment, first we can repeat the supplication. So please repeat.
Garchen Chuda,
Garchen Chuda,
Dombabo,
Dombabo,
Lobon Chune,
Lobon Chune,
Gonso Zoro,
Gongsu Zo,
Changchub Chenbo,
Changchu Chenbo,
Tsudenba,
Tsudenba,
Gombo Chenbo,
Gombo Chenbo,
Dancelo,
Daselo,
Tamse Teni,
Tamsek Deni,
Dala Zoro,
Dala Zo,
Changchu Semjang,
Changchu Semjang,
Dala Zoro,
Dala Zo,
Sanje Chudang,
Sanje Chudang,
Gendu De,
Gendun De,
Japsum Tajang,
Kyapsum Dakyang,
Dala Zoro,
Dala Zo,
Tarba Chenbo,
Tarpa Chenbo,
Chongcho De,
Roncho Do,
Gombo Dane,
Gombo Dani,
Jo De Zoro.
Jo Do So. Okay, so Ting Mani or Ting Sachik. So then you can repeat in English. Great joyful one, my teacher, master, please consider me. You who guide on the path to great awakening, please grant me samaya. Grant me the mind of awakening. Grant me the 3 refuges of Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. Protector, please let me enter this sacred city of great liberation.
我真罗瓦什间的个给把节水上个样，真的强求什么重要，给啥强求我呀，我对俺那么大些，这俺让做错啥呀去的，可是呢，他只有让俺成本你们去下子，托不个我的这个罗瓦下天的，俺做汤博是错啥个说错啥呀的，俺那么大的见到幸运都是。
So now, secondly, you can visualize in the space in front of you the Yidam Chakrasamvara in union with a consort and surrounded by all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas and lineage Lamas, all of the exalted beings amassing before you in the space in front like amassing clouds. Then as we visualize this, then first we together with all sentient beings take refuge. We confess and lay bare our negativities or wrongdoings. We rejoice in the virtues of all beings. We arouse the mind of awakening or bodhicitta. And we dedicate all roots of virtue to the great awakening of all beings. And so this becomes a method for generating or gathering the accumulations. So we gather the accumulations because since secret mantra is so vast and profound and difficult to realize, we have to have a strong support of merit as the basis for our practice. So we gather the accumulations first in this way through the next repetition.
Koncho sumla,
Dagyamche,
Dikpa mege, Sosorya, Drove gela, Jin ram, Sanje chancho, Ije song, Sanje chodang, Songcho la, Chancho fardu, Dagyamche, Rangjian tongne, Rabdro chere, Chancho semne, Ji barache, Chanchum choke, Semne, Ji chene, Semchen tamchi, Dake, Drontu nyere, Chancho juncho, Yewon, Ji barache, Ndrola penchere, Sanje, Ndrobaracho.
I take refuge in the three jewels and confess all misdeeds and non-virtuous acts. I rejoice in the virtues of all beings and hold in mind the awakening of Buddhahood. Until attaining awakening, I take refuge in the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly in order to fully accomplish the purpose of others and myself. I give rise to bodhicitta. Having given rise to this supreme mind of awakening, I welcome all sentient beings. I will engage in the highest bodhisattva conduct that is pleasing to all. May I attain Buddhahood for the benefit of all beings.
So then
we have another repetition, which is the commitment to uphold the vows of the 5 Buddha families.
Tamchi tang, Pavo nanjor, Manam kun, Dala gompara, Zidu zoro, Damen deje, Chewaye, Dundene, Sone so, Chisi chancho, Nimbo vara, Chedar tusum, Gombo nam, Chanchop dune, Mienzi para, Changcho Semne,
Changchu Semne,
Lanami,
Laname,
Tamba Dake,
Damba Dage,
Jebarje,
Jebarje,
Sujim Chene,
Sotrim Jene,
Labadang,
Labadang,
Geve Chune,
Gewe June,
Dubadang,
Dumbadang,
Simjan Tongji,
Semchin Dunje,
Sujim Zum,
Sotrim Song,
Soso Dembor,
Soso Dembo,
Songwaje,
Zongwaje,
Sanje Nenjor,
Sanje Najor,
Dombaje,
Dombaje,
Sanje Chodang,
Sanje Chudang,
Gendula,
Gindunla,
Lana Mibe,
Lana Mebe,
Guancho Song,
Concho Song,
Taine Dadu,
Dingne Dagdu,
Songwaraje,
Zongwarje,
Dorje Rikcho,
Dorje Richo,
Chenbo De,
Chimpo De,
Dorje Chivu,
Dorje Dubu,
Chaljayang,
Chajayang,
Te Kona Nije,
De Kona Nigi,
Songwaje,
Songwarje,
Lopong Tajang,
Lopon Dagyang,
Songwaraje,
Songwarje,
Rinchen Rikcho,
Rinchen Richo,
Chenboye,
Chimpo Ye,
Tamse Yitu,
Damse Yedu,
Onwala,
Ongwala,
Nire Shintu,
Nirin Shindu,
Tudoktu,
Dudu,
Jimba Namje,
Jimba Namje,
Dadu Jin,
Dagdu Jin,
Changchub Chenbo,
Changchu Chimbo,
Le Chongbe,
Le Jungwe,
Peme Rikchen,
Pime Rikchen,
Tabala,
Dabala,
Chinang Sangwe,
Chinang Sangwe,
Tiba Som,
Tekwa Song,
Tambe Chune,
Dambe Chune,
Songwache,
Songwarje,
Leje Rikcho,
Legi Rikcho,
Chenbo Da,
Chimbola,
Domba Tamchi,
Domba Tamche,
Demba Ni,
Dembani,
Yangda Nitu,
Yangda Nidu,
Songwarachi,
Songwarje,
Chobe Lejang,
Chube Lejang,
Jinuji,
Chinuche,
Changchub Semne,
Changchu Semne,
Lami Cho,
Lamecho,
Tamba Dake,
Damba Dagi,
Jejine,
Chichine,
Simchen Gunje,
Simchin Kungi,
Tongje Chere,
Dungi Che,
Dake Domba,
Dagi Domba,
Malu Song,
Malusung,
Majerwanam,
Madrawanam,
Jerwache,
Dewache,
Madorwanam,
Madrowanam,
Dorwarche,
Dorwarche,
O Machiba,
Majimba,
O Yongshin,
Yongshin,
Simchen Yangen,
Simchin Yangin,
De Langu.
De La Ko. All Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, Dakas and Dakinis, please think of me, just as the masters of the 3 times gave rise to bodhicitta, so shall I, who am called, you can say your name, give rise to unsurpassed sublime bodhicitta. From this day onwards, until attaining the essence of awakening, following the teachings of the Buddhas and great yogis, I will diligently practice the 3 types of ethical conduct: the conduct of abstaining from unwholesome actions, the conduct of practicing virtue, the conduct of acting for the benefit of beings. From this day onwards, I will never forsake the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, the unsurpassed 3 jewels. With the samaya of the Supreme Vajra family, I will maintain the mudra of Vajra and Bell as a sign of the ultimate meaning, and I will respect the Vajra master with the delightful samaya of the Supreme Ratna family. I will engage in the 4 types of generosity throughout the 6 times of day and night. With the samaya of the Lotus family, born from great awakening, I will embrace the holy Dharma of outer, inner, and secret vehicles. With the samaya of the Supreme Karma family, I will abide uninterruptedly within the natural state and thus maintain all vows spontaneously. I will make offerings to whatever extent I am able, and I will give rise to supreme bodhicitta. I will observe all vows without exception for the benefit of all beings. I will liberate those not yet liberated. I will release those not yet released. I will give breath to those without breath. I will set all beings in the state of nirvana. So then, not so dampo kare sungya.
Jinkor show manyon wada. Yana large yoga cheater. Yanchan yoga. Nima do jinkor da one shunyang in Yansha Shuya cheater. What in a tampo de jinkor Dawa Wang Mares, what in make that regime shoes.
So to symbolize, not having yet entered into the mandala, for those who have not entered the mandala before, and for those who have already entered the mandala, to renew that entry or to enter once again, then we wear the blindfold. First we put on the blindfold as a symbol of not yet seeing, not being able to see or to behold the mandala. And so then you can visualize now in your heart center to represent the bodhicitta in the full moon mandala, which is representative of the nature of relative bodhicitta. And standing upon this is a white 5-pronged vajra, which symbolizes the ultimate bodhicitta. And so as you visualize this, then you can so please repeat. Jiducheya.
Om Sarva Tatangata.
Om Sarva Tathagata.
Ubadayame.
Ubadayame.
Om Sarva Tatangata.
Om Sarva Tathagata.
Ubadayame.
Ubadayame.
Om Sarva Tatangata.
Om Sarva Tathagata.
Ubadayame.
Ubadayame.
Om Surane Samaya Saidun Ya Seda Banzaraya Soha Cherana Tikiba Tichiran Tikibatam Chinji Labi Tikibatam Chinchot Sama Jinkor Mayoba Namla Maba Meja Mediba Nam Maino Namade Nama Watane Anchiranam Jinkor Mayoba so Zangak Lavia Mares or teach it to Nan Jindochirochis.
So then to make the commitment that we will not speak of this practice or this mandala to those who have not yet entered the mandala, then you make the commitment by repeating the following mantra.
Om Namade Hong.
Om Namade Hong.
Namame Hong.
Namame Hong.
Namo Nama Hong Soha.
Namo Nama Hong Soha.
Om Namade Hong.
Om Namade Hong.
Namame Hong.
Namame Hong.
Namo Nama Hong Soha.
Namo Nama Hong Soha.
Om Namade Hong.
Om Namade Hong.
Namame Hong.
Namame Hong.
Namo Nama Hong Soha.
Namo Nama Hong Soha.
No Benze Anmeta Uta Thing Tang Zam de Chuje, Ngachana Dorje, Imbago, Kankopati Chuje, go so cheating on the Nipa Maja Chuya, Namya Bama Chibitu Sujore, taking what in the Yishet Soran, Chinam, the Papaya, Chitun, the Jendo Shirochis.
So now to receive or to experience the descent of the wisdom being, then please repeat.
Tamchiche, Chinja Lab the Zor, Bardorje Samba, Dala, Abdazor, Sani Chitochi.
Okay. Oh, that was actually, say it twice in English, the last part. Sorry. I request all Tathagatas to bestow their blessings, and I supplicate the glorious, courageous Vajra mind to descend upon me. I request all the Tathagatas to bestow their blessings, and I supplicate the glorious, courageous Vajra mind to descend upon me. The Ale.
Tingi malo anjo dwa. Chirana lo ma nam ki je ke tong ba ni je so ale chong we song tu je na ma te ku do ma ra bo ye be ma ta yong chi bu chen ba ye jang ye ke chen bi ni ka lam de se jing ko ru zhe je ba du je chen ba de ba ni me hong ni ma hong ke chen ba go wang bang de chu jing ko ru hong ba chen ba ra wu sun da wa ha ga ra bo jing ba jam le long ke jing ko ru bo Shuda Buji, Huadian Yobi, Ken Semba, Davala Amarabo, Gamba, Nije, Waterlong, Kejin, Korobarbe, Ramne, Mejin, Koromarbo, Trusumji, Ken Semba, was and True, and Nebin, Zane, Lomano, Land, Himbe, Nika, Nikesa, Wonje, was a Gosson to Dorje, Dorje, La, so Namjian, Changbe, Namji. Te Namji Ranji Hong A Ye Namla Dembe Dem Shin Gamba Gan Zin was there so show Hong La Sobi was there number Lun Tata Yonsu Kang Wara Chu the Lord Chinjo so the China
So you can just meditate upon the descent of the wisdom being and receiving the blessings. From within the state of emptiness, you can visualize that in a single instant you manifest as the syllable A. You arise in the form of the syllable A. The A then transforms into Vajra speech, Buddha Amitabha, who is red in color, holding a lotus in his right hand and the symbol of the bell in his left. Standing upright, his right leg is extended, and then from a Lam syllable at the heart arises an earth mandala, yellow and square with 4 corners, and marked with a Vajra. In the center of the Vajra is a sun disk and a blue hung. From the Vam at your crown arises a water mandala, white, round, and marked with a vase. At the center of the vase are a moon disk and a white ha syllable. From a yam syllable at your throat arises a wind mandala, blue in the shape of a bow, and marked with 2 flowing silken banners. At the center of the wind mandala are a moon disk and a red syllable. From the syllable ram, which kindles the wind mandala, below your feet arises a fire mandala, red, triangular, and marked with the syllable Ra. Within the light rays emanating from the Ra is a red Ze or Zehe syllable that causes you to levitate off the ground. The light rays radiating from the seed syllable at your heart invite the assembly of deities of Vajra, mind, speech, and body, and they descend as dissolving into you in the form of the syllables Hung, Ha, and Ah. While the Zehe syllable remains, the light radiating from Zehe enters your feet from below, and all the masses of light, including the light shining from the Hung, fill your body entirely. Akambira. So then you have this little flower that you received, this dry flower. And so then when the mandala comes around, then you will drop the flower onto the mandala. And it's good if the flower doesn't fall outside of the mandala. So you just drop it onto the mandala as you say the mantra, Om, what is it again? Akambira. Akambira. Hong. Om Akambira Hong. Om Yomare. Hong Yomare.
Om Yomare.
Om, no Om, sorry. Akambira Hong.
Akambira Hong.
Akambira Hong.
Akambira Hong.
Akambira Hong. Akambira Hong.
Akambira Hong. Akambira Hong. Akambira. Akambira Hong. 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 Akambira dene da de me to ti yu du dene da ji le pa na cho ko ro tu yang zhong cho ko ro tu yang zhong de sha lo no chang la su ji je wang da xiang zhong qi bei le lo zhong ji bei le no wang ke le chang cha hu le song ro tu ya de wo ro tu ya wo de ta guo zi wa ne yin guo ta guo zi wa ne wo ro chen sei tu ya wo ro chen sei no
chen sei tu mong.
That is what I'm saying. I'm going to be out. What the is.
So then when you drop your flower onto the mandala, if it falls in the center, that represents the supreme city. And if it falls in the east, that represents in peaceful, enlightened activity. If it falls in the south, that represents increasing enlightened activity. If it falls or lands in the west, that represents magnetizing enlightened activity. And if it lands in the north, that represents wrathful enlightened activity. And then if it falls on the periphery or lands on the sort of outer ring or periphery of the mandala, that represents attaining the miraculous kind of powers or common cities or common attainments.
Jade Jehana Dami Nam Sedu Mandala Hon Chune Terin Terin Dorjee Sembai Chune Meneji Barazon Mene Dorji Mene Nanami Tamji Meneji Barazon Zan Jana Zao Chu Avon Swa Migdart Parsis, the Migdart Parsi du Then Korodon Bejinkor, the Anatan Bajinkor Sama Chalamse, Soson Ton Zam.
So now you can remove okay, in a moment. Okay, so you can remove your blindfold. And so then you can think that in removing the blindfold, now you have entered into the mandala and it has manifested to you with complete, vivid clarity. So now we have the main part of the empowerment, the actual sort of beginning with the first empowerment, the Vase empowerment.
Shab Yong Gombe, Jambe, Ye Gombenji, Yong Gombe, Shab Yong Gombenji, Ye Jambe Tunsema, Namba Repe Turzo Jen, the River Tanda Chena, So Jen, Ba, Chaza Jodan, Tarjanjo, Tarachan, Tarchan, Chaza Jota, Taranchanje, Mengo, Ching, Dao Shamje, Karge, Yam Tang, Demba, Yom Doji Pomogum, Chico, Tantoranzi, Ba, Rajorikin, Chaja, Rajorikin. Chazanga Tanto Chingwa Sha Yong Jambi Yablanchi Nika Hime Pomba Una show bara choro Lobonji to get someone won't that's a show but chores
so now you can meditate and visualize accordingly, thinking that there's light that emanates from the seed syllable at the heart of the Vajra Master, who is in the form of Chakrasamvara. And this light draws you in as you enter his mouth, and you enter the mouth of the Vajra Master as Chakrasamvara, and then travel down, passing through his body, through the path of the Vajra, entering the lotus of the mother, and assume the form of Chakrasamvara. And then exit from the lotus of the mother and come to be seated on the empowerment throne, or before the empowerment altar or shrine. And then the light from the seed syllable at the Vajra Master's heart streams out. So you should then visualize that you have become the form of Chakrasamvara in union with Varahi, and that you appear vividly and clearly in the form of Chakrasamvara.
Some that is called contour to send non native. You want over what they do son that the home board that rank took a home, followed them by yin, sometimes they would try them same. Take took a home, the home teller, make what it's in my aim by China to reach what she is.
Dene penade took an udrunate Sanjay. So then, as you're visualizing yourself in the form of Chakrasamvara, then you should bring your attention to a hung syllable at your heart center, appearing vividly at your heart center, and rest your awareness there upon that hung without becoming distracted, allowing the hung to become as bright and vivid and clear as it possibly can. And then that mainly holds the essence of this empowerment. So just abide remaining in the sense that I am the deity Chakrasamvara, with your awareness there resting upon the hung syllable at your heart.
王克拉电松层为进口检查是电松层嘛写的，就当提醒一块一面电是的，提醒一块一面电，这讲究是把的四面电，初步的初末电是。
So deshin shekpa ni we den.
对，提醒一把，那上节的人面电是那这个，提醒一块的一面电是那这个，我的呢讲究是把的四面电，我的呢他的初步的初末电是我的，他就做完去了。电松层为经过对进的话，它检查松上，这是什么子事？
So then now you can visualize that emanating from the seed syllable at the Vajra master's heart, who is in the form also of Chakrasamvara, that light rays stream out and invite all the Buddhas of the 10 directions together with their retinue in the form of empowerment deities in the space and before you. So these lights have streamed out and are bringing into the space in front all of the enlightened ones who abide before you. And so this becomes then endowed, the field of accumulation endowed with the 3 seats. So the 3 seats being the seat of the Tathagatas, the seat of the male and female bodhisattvas, and the seat of the male and female wrathful ones. So then we can visualize all of these exalted beings in the space before us. So now you can visualize that the empowerment deities are holding jeweled vases, bestow empowerment upon you by pouring the nectar of the 5 wisdoms into your crown. The bodhisattvas proclaim verses of auspiciousness, the wrathful ones ascend away and dispel hindrances, and the mothers sing Vajra songs. The gods and goddesses hold parasols and victory banners over all the disciples, and a shower of flowers, saffron, and so forth falls. So now please repeat the request for empowerment. Chomdende deshin shekpa. Chomdendani.
Chenpo nam. Tukje rangji. Jenamje. Chuje dala. Wangorje.
Tathagata.
Sani.
Bhagavan. Great sage. Compassionate one. Please grant the empowerment. Tathagata. Bhagavan. Great sage. Compassionate one. Please grant me empowerment.
Dorjee Chenpo de Cakrasamvara Chajine Dorjee Somje Samaya Sanje Gunje Jinpache Oma Ambi Kenka de Samaya Surajam.
So then with the you can think that you receive the vase empowerment. In particular, the obscurations of the body are purified together with the seeds of the afflictive emotions, that the impure faults associated with the 5 aggregates are purified and become the pure nature of the 5 Buddha families. Dinda om maha benza la soba yorwa.
Yeah, that's an answer. Lopon has it. Lopon has it. Tukane. Mountain that them talking out your wrong on the show. Man made jelly parties on the night. Chine. General so shade shone. Shell tone was shell tone. Then General so has it. Like now I pal shone. Nikal Cordozam.
So now you can meditate visualizing that from the mantra garland that is circling at the heart center of the Vajra Master, who is appearing clearly and vividly in the form of the deity Chakrasamvara, a second mantra garland emanates like the lighting of the flame of a butter lamp to another. So this second mantra chain emanates and then travels up and exits from his mouth and enters into you through your right nostril and then travels down to your heart center and circles there. And you are also, of course, still in the form of the deity as Chakrasamvara. And so then please repeat as the Vajra Master recites the mantra. So you can think that this becomes then the empowerment or the transmission for the recitation of the mantra. So you can repeat. Chomden dage. Songla che. Dala nyevar. Zedu sol. Oh, sorry, that was instruction. Nga donya yomarbe. Oh, okay. So first we recite this. Through your kindness, I will fulfill the purpose of others and myself. Please grant to me the treasure of compassion. So then please repeat the mantra.
Om Banzara.
Om Badza.
He he.
He he.
Ruru.
Ruru.
Gam.
Kam.
Hong Pi.
Hong Pe.
Dragene.
Dakeni.
Zola Sambaram.
Swala Sambaram.
Soha.
Soha.
Om Yerim Banzara.
Om Jere.
He he.
He he.
Ruru.
Ruru.
Gam.
Kam.
Hong Pi.
Hong Pe.
Dragene.
Dakeni.
Zala.
Swala.
Sambaram Soha.
Sambaram Soha.
Om Yere.
Om Jere.
Banzara.
Badzara.
He he.
He he.
Ruru.
Ruru.
Kam.
Kam.
Hong Pi.
Hong Pe.
Dragene.
Dakeni.
Zola Sambaram.
Zwala Sambaram.
Soha.
Soha.
Om.
Om Om.
Sarvam Buddha Dragene.
Sarva Buddha Dakini.
Banza Vanane.
Baza Wanani.
Hong.
Hong.
Pi Soha.
Pe Soha.
Om.
Om.
Sarvam Buddha Dragene.
Sarva Buddha Dakini.
Banza Vanane.
Baza Wanani.
Hong.
Hong.
Pi Soha.
Pe Soha.
Om.
Om.
Sarvam Buddha Dragene.
Sarva Buddha Dakini.
Banza Vanane.
Baza Wanani.
Hong. Pi Soha.
Pe Soha.
我真的知道往过呢，这对吧？亲戚去经过手， senche jingor tone pembe wang top tumo ke lu ki za la so da chma ngi ma shu ba de jang de ne tumo ma yi be dan de chma yang de tumo ke wa de chma de ju ne ju we gu che pa sam wang sha ne lam jian ne gong ba la wa ju zhu mo xi ya is de yang du
Having thus received the empowerment, you enter into and behold the outer mandala of characteristics. With this, you have received the base empowerment. In general, the defilements, in particular of the 3 non-virtuous deeds accumulated through the door of the body, are purified, and they are prevented from further arising. In particular, the defilements of perceiving the body as ordinary are cleansed. The extraordinary power of the Nirmanakaya is placed in your mind stream. And as for the path, you are empowered to practice the generation stage. For the result, you are endowed with the fortune of actualizing the Vajra body. So now to receive the secret empowerment, please repeat.
Chuji shabje,
Chugi shabge,
Kadije,
Kadinche,
Dake Lami,
Dage lame,
Chawato,
Chawato,
Techer Zangme,
Deche sangwe,
Wangene,
Wangene,
Gombo Jesu,
Gombo Jesu,
Songwanzo,
Zongwarzo. With your kindness, grant me unsurpassed power, and thus, protector, care for me by offering to me the secret empowerment. Sing ma chik or ni? Chik ni. With your kindness, please grant to me unsurpassed power, and thus protector, care for me, and offer to me the secret empowerment. So then, prior to receiving the secret empowerment, we once again put on the blindfold. So visualizing the Vajra Master in the form of Chakrasamvara in union with Varahi, you can think that through the bliss of their union, light emanates from the seed syllable at the heart and summons all the Tathagatas in union with their consorts, who then enter into your mouth and melt through the power of great passion, and pass through the Vajra path and enter into the secret place of the of Varahi. Then they merge with their bodhicitta drops and become the melted essence of all the Buddhas.
De bedor jin changna so chedara sanje je la wa changcho semne sambo ye changcho semne sambo
So then, with this, then you receive the secret empowerment. You enter and behold the mandala of the secret womb. You have received, in receiving the secret empowerment in general, the defilements mainly of the 4 non-virtuous deeds accumulated through the door of speech are purified and prevented from further arising. In particular, the defilements of karmic winds are purified. The extraordinary power of the Sambhogakaya arises in your mind stream. As for the path, you are empowered to engage in the practice of blessing. As for the result, you are endowed with the fortune of actualizing Vajra speech. I'm sorry, that was premature. So through this empowerment, as we taste the nectar, you can think that the meditative absorption, that is the union of bliss and emptiness, is arisen in your mind stream, and that you behold the secret mandala. And through this, all of the obscurations of the speech are purified, and the seed for manifesting the Sambhogakaya form is planted. So we can remove the blindfold. So you can see, you can think that through this you behold the secret mandala. So now, in order to receive the third empowerment, please repeat.
Chumden Shewa, Chemboje, Dorjee Nanjoro, Jigiba, Michi Chaja, Drobabo, Dorjee Jorwe, Yanda Chung, Chedar Tone, Dagnichi, Ngada Dalang, Tedaranzo, Korwan Damke, Sonantu, Chengwa Jami, Dala Job.
The single Vajra yoga mind of the peaceful conquerors arises from accomplishing the indestructible mudra. Just as Vajra yoga is your self-nature, Master, please impart it also to me. Please protect me as I am helplessly sunk in the mud of samsara. The single Vajra yoga, mind of the peaceful conquerors, arises from accomplishing the indestructible mudra. Just as Vajra Yoga is your self-nature. Master, please impart it also to me. Please protect me as I am helplessly sunk in the mud of samsara.
Semne juba yin nuru nandu juba ji kanto je jori hi je hi ngo bo me bora ji jirang nam ne jum den de be ko lo dum kun do a ngom bo hi je cha so ma ga ba ji ba ju se wo chang ji du da chhe be yong na ji kya bi yong gom be ji ji da ye jang me tu se ma ne ba re be tu ru zu jian da ji na zo dang jian ba cha cha 周到相关程的讲话大话讲话个归娘堂点被用的这帮工作忙不这个当头班子吧这周话小家啊当头刚啊听话下吧用干嘛也别要了这边也没有没被红的也不见没红的都这个不是个吧那个我们这先把后个屁事不搞吧用这边脏话没有了被妈妈甚至话被在甚至先把对吧先 아베 자리에 말본 선배 야면 연발 효 장전 염절 효배 주자 당지 온설바다 등하다 안나는 것들 소바 이마고 하시 조베 조바 저렇게 장선 미삼네 예 버러 레베가와 되는 이게 가지고 된데 레베 가지고 듣는 맞으면 해지 집에 대반 얌서 용마 절로만 하세베 되게 봐 야면 카드네 레베 지나면 집에 라마저와 세다지 바지야 장로메 시드 노마 야면 케케도 조베로 제 조베 투제제 냠반 조바쇼 야테요에
So you can visualize. So visualizing, focusing on the visualization of yourself in the form of Chakrasamvara in union with the consort Varahi. You can think that bodhicitta drops flow from the point between your eyebrows, and this bodhicitta then descends to the throat level. And as it does so, you experience joy. Of the four joys, there's the first joy, which is joy. Then as it flows, then when it flows down and reaches the heart level, it generates supreme joy. Then it flows down from the heart level to the navel, and you experience extraordinary joy. And then it flows down to the jewel, the tip of the jewel, and you experience co-emergent joy or innate joy. And then from your heart center, as you are still appearing in the form of the deity, light emanates and summons all of the male and female Buddhas who then enter into your mouth and bless your body. Also, the Guru invites the Father and Mother Buddhas who enter the your form or your body in the form of Chakrasamvara in union and become inseparable from you.
Oh yeah, the cheat, ne? What a make that part do, ne? Do you understand that?
Yeah, that make that young charcoal.
I'll make that 3 years. Yeah, that one go be okay. What that one go, ne good of some jingle show can to Shira, one to more Yiji, Napsanta, no same Lota Jiba, some Chima, Arzaba, Jan Chima Dom, Tumo Maiba, Suziki. Nampo Rapa Chima June, then Chujigu Nuba Hare Chujigu Nuba, Cheval Shan, the Lam, Jinkon Kolo Gumbala, one Jigu to Dojo Begaraj and she saw Salando.
So then, through receiving this empowerment, you enter and behold the mandala of relative bodhicitta, the yang de wang to sorry, Yorua. De wang to. You have received the wisdom awareness empowerment. In general, the defilements, mainly of the 3 non-virtuous deeds accumulated through the door of the mind, are purified, and they are prevented from further arising. In particular, the defilements of the coarse concepts and grasping at subject and subject-object duality are cleansed. The extraordinary power of the Dharmakaya arises in your mind stream. And for the path, you are empowered to meditate on the mandala. As for the result, you are endowed with the fortune of actualizing the Vajra mind.
Oh, yeah.
So now, in order to receive the 4th empowerment, please repeat.
Dani Cheju,
Dani Cheju,
Gadije,
Adenje,
So Wankor,
Sowo Wangor,
Namsumto,
Namsumto,
Rinchen,
Dering Rinchen,
Shibayang,
Shebayang,
Gadijene,
Kadenjene,
Jabdezo.
Through your kindness, I have received the 3 empowerments of the principal deity. And now, Protector, please care for me by offering the precious 4th empowerment. Through your kindness, I have received the 3 empowerments of the principal deity. And now, Protector, please care for me and offer to me the precious 4th empowerment. So now, as a symbol of also not having beheld the mandala of ultimate bodhicitta, please once again wear the blindfold.
Om za chun ban za ra ba ra na ma na ye hong ta shi ra yi wa ta ti wang shi ba te ci wang se wang gu ya ze no yo ma re s ra.
So the only process for the empowerment, the 4th empowerment, is the word empowerment. And so this is the empowerment that is given through the vehicle of words or by means of verbal expression.
So now, as a tar jinken dong res tar shi de yon tar shi de sana de ko res kuna kare ta de ta ji shiwa sana ta wa de chok ti shiwa wa de los zet mi ba de semti ne ro te de chen ba ji zet yo ma res nyam yong de rang ki ju so je ko res wa de tam na so xin zangge ma yo de so nyam ne ngo chi de ko res de so so sem de ba ri pen ning bo ngo chor top le chi ko res yang de do de na ji ba de je dang qirang yang de ye pa se je yo ro我这怕是这样的，就当往准备搞一些这当往别去一些这当往别去一些就有了，这往西边同去一些的，他这里点的人就是就那样，这怕是了，晓得吧？我听着那啥的，我这长不来看了。
So this fourth empowerment. Which is based on the third empowerment, the wisdom awareness empowerment, which becomes like the example for this final empowerment. So it's like the example that is built upon. So the wisdom of the ultimate meaning that arises there then continues to expand and increase and really takes root through the experience of the fourth empowerment. And so the third empowerment, this example, is bestowed through the experience of the union of bliss and emptiness, which becomes like the symbol or the example. And then through the words of this empowerment, the words or the verse being, that pristine awareness is vast and extremely subtle. So it is vast like space, and it is extremely subtle. So a subtle meaning is that it is not so obvious. It is subtle and difficult to realize. It is like a Vajra. Like the center of Vajra space, and so the Vajra is the symbol for the essence, the true essence of awareness. So that is what is meant by Vajra, is that this true nature of the mind is completely indestructible. It is primordially inherently the essence of your mind, and it is completely indestructible. No matter what obscurations or discursive thoughts that may arise, it can never harm the Vajra of awareness itself. And so in this way, it is like a Vajra. It is like a space because it is free of boundary designations of boundary and center. There is actually no center to space. So it is vast and space-like, but without like designations of locality or designations of boundary and center. And it is immaculate and perfected. So it is the completely perfected essence that is never altered or tainted in any way, and is the complete perfection of clear light luminosity. And it is peaceful. Its nature is that of peace. So the essence of the Dharmakaya is complete peace. And it says, then you are its own, you are the father of it, or you are, in other words, you are your own father, because this essence is inherent, it exists within you, not without. And so this is referring to the full ripening or blossoming of the recognition of your own true essence, your own true nature, the Buddha nature, which is inherently indwelling, that comes from within. So with the example wisdom, primordial awareness that arises in the third empowerment, then the full discovery of that inherent essence, the true essence of your own Buddha nature, being discovered is what we are referring to with this fourth empowerment.
The yu the nama, yura yu the nama, kunde du korwada, nyangan de be cho tamchi, so duna, dombani. Drupa tamchi, tang chewa. Chuni tang ro jika, yin zam ti nan, ta nyambar di shagore sondo. Cho tamchi ro jing, do de. Ting wo la da, juzi nyambar shagore, so the same machu be nam, chemba mayan bachi, or the party nan nyambar shagore,
So then, if you, the meaning of this empowerment is also that as we experience the uninterrupted arising of the form, or the ongoing continuity of the form of the pure form of the deity. The inner experience of this is undefiled bliss, and all of the outer, the outer objects or appearance, all the appearances of samsara and nirvana, are understood to be emptiness, free of elaboration, and all phenomena is experienced as this essence, as one taste, and so then, inwardly allowing your mind to be released into this recognition of the natural state without fabricating anything, then just meditate for some moments with your attention remaining with clear attention on this essence without becoming distracted. So then, without becoming distracted, remaining in awareness, free of mental proliferation, then let's just meditate together for a few moments. Now we can remove the blindfold. So then, having received this empowerment, you've entered into and beheld the Mandala of ultimate bodhicitta. You have received the fourth empowerment, the precious word empowerment. Conventionally, the subtle defilements of the three doors and their subtle karmic imprints are purified and prevented from further arising. Ultimately, the defilements of, or that which obscures the true essence of primordial awareness, the subtle conceptual thoughts or the cognitive obscurations which cause subject-object dualistic grasping are cleansed. The extraordinary power of the great bliss of the Svabhava Kakaya is arisen in your mind stream. And for the path, you are empowered to practice the great seal yoga of union. As for the result, you have the fortune to accomplish the primordial wisdom Vajra, that is the sameness of the three Vajras. So then this completes the empowerment, and as we, at the conclusion of the empowerment, then we repeat the final words, which are the words of the commitment, the samaya. So what our samaya really is to maintain harmony with our Vajra and Dharma brothers and sisters, Dharma friends, and in general to always nurture and increase the qualities of love, compassion, and bodhicitta. Always, attending to, doing whatever we can to attend to those qualities, to nurture them and to cause them to grow and increase, and to do whatever we can to benefit sentient beings, and to, at all costs, to refrain from harming others. And so, in short, if our love and compassion and bodhicitta are always cared for, like if we're always caring for those qualities, looking after those qualities and not allowing them to deteriorate or diminish, then our samayas are intact. So we can conclude with the final repetition. So chetar kazarwa. So chetar kapaz. Tada tamchi dagichi. Tada tamchi dagichi. Okay, so I will do all that you have commanded. Oh, so so staff who wish to receive empowerment can come first to receive the empowerment. Staff and volunteers. Corazón.
So
we ended a little bit late. So we would ordinarily have like a 30-minute break, I guess. But what should we do? Should we have a shorter break, or should we have a break? Yeah. How long? 15 minutes. Okay. Dini di kama chunga bar samtangna? Naso? Okay, so you can take a break for 15 minutes or so.
sarwa tanga zo dada chuchi chi go zong song tan ka zong de Elizabeth la song de this is chuchi na ya bondo siro mo ka sarwa yore siro wa de ni ma de this is ta nga zo dem chuan de gang ma this is entertainment chi goes
it was requested that he do a little bit of teaching just at the start of the Drupchen. Elizabeth had said that there were a few people who are new, and so it would benefit to get some instruction, for the practice. So he will. So he'll teach according to the sadhana.
Oh, that nearly Mars on the Dajitanti, them John Gote, them John Lange, dropped a hint to Yanni of Sechawa shows or Zondoa. What are them John dropped them John Land Ramada, Yorwa, La Truch Sayori, La Juxom Sayori, or the La Henji Sayoro. Didn't done the La Ngari, Slanga. What in not dropped du Paris, looked at Nancy, that Jinu Mambo Yorwa. In not in all your turning board of CS, they see what you're on the Natia to see what you.
So first we begin with the title. So the title of the sadhana is the exceedingly concise sadhana of Chakrasamvara's 5 deities called Utter Illumination of the Innermost Essence. So to begin with, there are many different versions of Chakrasamvara. There are different numbers of mandalas in the different deities. So for instance, there's the 60 deity Chakrasamvara mandala, the Chakrasamvara with 13 deities, and this is the Chakrasamvara with 5 deities. And so then it is also concise, so there are different sadhanas that, some that are very extensive, middle length, concise, and this is a concise sadhana. And it is titled The Utter Illumination of the Innermost Essence because that is its essence, the essence of the deity.
真的挺久的，东部什么菜是中国中没有的，中国中部的唐部的前边中国既然是公庙，其中有这种，既然是公庙，你把的说个路的马里马别讲康巴的我瞧想出没有吧，大概是西边嘛对，那在出南巴的呢，出没有吧公庙，松巴的让个路多些泡沫公，一当公庙的做，我的一当公呢，一当今年店铺那真的在华西当年他们几天别上这小个的话。ठीक है ये दम जेने हम टेम्पो हो ना और तंबो ते चा छाम नहीं जेरे वा छाम नहीं जे चिदु ते छाम नहीं जे देन सोसो के जेने से ते छाम नहीं जे दानी रे ते दु सोसो ju le छाम नहीं जे जोंखो पागो ना नो बा जिने ते没用吧嘞他我看上上嘛छाम नहीं जे शिवा छा你把这他抽了抽的啊可是的可是他छाम नहीं जे门对了te有了想抽那把的呢抽是没有吧这说从康巴上的公庙去松巴的让去旅途也当公庙去，当然也当在我们的那这当呢，今天个发起一些其他在我们的那今天发起当成嘛是吧？既然没朋友呢，我听的，这种是东北什么在意思
？So then the first section that we have here in the sadhana, the very first section, is the visualization of the three-layered protection sphere of Tummo. So when we meditate on this, first we are visualizing the entire universe as like the giant form of Chenrezig, or Avalokiteshvara. And then, so that's the first layer or level. The second level or layer is that we visualize our dwelling or our house, here in this case, the temple, the building, as in the wrathful form of Chenrezig or Achala. And then the third layer or level is that we visualize ourselves, our own body, in the form of Vajravarahi. So the first layer being that of Chenrezig, is the essence of love and compassion. So together with visualizing the universe as Chenrezig, like it's this like outer sphere of protection of great compassion, is because if love and compassion are present in our mind stream, as long as love and compassion are present, then there can't come any harm. This is the greatest sphere of protection, is that of love and compassion. And then there's the wrathful aspect, the wrathful layer, which is our dwelling, our the house, the structure, visualized in the form of the wrathful emanation of Chenrezig in the form of Achala, which still holds the essence of love and compassion, but in like its wrathful manifestation. So it's incredibly fierce and incredibly powerful love and compassion. And then third is we ourselves are in the form of the deity. And as long as our generation stage is stable, if we can have really clear, vivid visualization of the generation stage or of ourselves in the form of the deity, then this ensures that there can't be any harm or obstacles, worldly obstacles or forces can't cause any harm.
Lama Lama Zurwan de Wan Korosi. What then one lay what did she want? She hit in a Jody Chaza Chimbo, ne, etc. The Chaza Chimbo come the Chazin. Tijil Movachi, or the Chaza Chimbo again, Sandy or what he do, what did she do, turning around so thinking the 1/4 of the land, so one took it is. What I'm saying, I'm Chala, so they dropped so tar took it is. What the pay on Chimbo is on it.
So then next beginning on page 6, we have the samadhi empowerment. So this is from Kyobajik and Sumgun, the samadhi empowerment. And actually what this kind of embodies, or in essence, this is a like kind of concise progression of the fivefold path of Mahamudra. So we have, first the preliminary of bodhicitta, and then second, the main practice where we're visualizing ourselves in the form of the Yidam deity, and then we're visualizing the guru, as the deity. We're supplicating the guru and receiving the 4 empowerments. So that then becomes the 4 Kaya Guru Yoga. And then we're meditating on Mahamudra, so that becomes Mahamudra. And then we are engaging in the dedication, dedicating to the welfare and benefit or awakening of all beings. And so in this way, in the samadhi empowerment, you have every step of the fivefold path of Mahamudra. And when it's really beneficial to begin the practice receiving the empowerments. We receive the samadhi empowerments and it can experience the blessing of that. And then it also repairs any damaged samayas and helps to, cleanse or further cleanse or purify obscurations and defilements.
Lamas around there, go out to Jubes Lamas Zoradamna, then Chelsea Chimbucho or top great. The Java Gosamba said you and Java Gosamba. Java Gosamba Carsons and Juba Sambo Manat. Juba Sambo Mambo Yuris. Tapo Gaju economies. Tapo Gaju economies. Tapo Gaju, Yamnachin Juba Shadi or Tapo Juba Mambo or Tapo Gaju economies. Or then Dama Sambo Manat. Dama Sambo Mambo Yuris. Lama mo economies. Or Lama mo economies. Or Mohuchilo Manat, Mohuchitan Damada Mambo Yuris.
So,
Mohuchitan Damada Yuris. Damada Yuris. Mohuchilo Manatis. Mohuchilo Manat, Gashi drop economies. Was all the time I make Gashi drum, take that, the corner your maris. Or then the Jenam Gomba Manatis. Lama Gomba economies, Jenam Gomba Mambo Yuris, Lama Gomba corner your maris. Or Nyemba Gilo Manas, Nyemba Daya Mambo Dolazo. Nyemba Gia. Nyemba Gia Manatis. So one there be economies. Nyembo, that Yamna chief near Kaulanga, so Nyembo Daya Jura. The part of Nyembo Daya, Nyembo Denton Mambo Yuris. Send the Lotan economies, send the Loton Yara. Or Telecona your maris. Tamsezuno Manatis, Tamsezunia Mambo Yuris. Gosum Tasi economies, goes Uzum Lunga Yizum. Talazi, Chapa, Nama, Terua. Gosum Tazia. Terua. That has a new life one, no one to lie. Chapa them nas, Tento Chooks, like what and I go some Tassi economies. Then Lojon, Mambo Yuris. Tamji economies, what a Tamji Sama Kuyapchi, Jiwar Cordo Ticon, Lojon Yomaris. Tamji Kuyapchi, Jiwar Cordina. It's a song Kuyapchi dinner, what that econ Lojon, Ticon Lojon Yomaris. What a Metumbo Mambo Yuris, Metumbo Yoro. Meleka lady Tumbo Mambo Yuris. Tumbo, or Drupanyam economies. Drupanyam Tumbo, Decatin, Drupanyam economies. Ah, that Jumbo Mambo Yura. Jumbo Mambo Yuris. Tinana, Leka Leon to Drupanyam corner your maris. Drupanyam corner mees. That poor Gopo Mambo Yuris. Popo Gopo Mambo or the Tina Druban Tarujin doya, Druban Taji doya, Ticona mees. Or that Tamchun Kepa Mambo Yoris, Tamchun Kepa. What the Yoris in the Gede Tourne economies gave a par, gave a tour, Dipa Partoria, Ticona, your mares. Yada Chindix at the Mambo.
So then next we have the short lineage supplication. So the lineage supplication is a very important part of the practice, and especially, because the lineage of the Dokpo Kagyu is the blessing lineage. So in supplication to the lineage, receiving the blessings, we really can experience the attainments. So the master Gyawa Gotsamba has said that there are many pure lineages, but there is none that surpasses or that is greater than that of the Dokpo Kagyu lineage of blessing. Likewise, he said there are many wonderful pith instructions, but there is none that surpasses that of cultivating devotion for the Guru. He said there are many ways, many methods for giving rise to or cultivating devotion, but there is nothing that surpasses the method of following the instructions of the Lama perfectly, or following, really doing just as they say. And there are many forms of generation stage, but there is no generation stage that surpasses that of the Lama or Guru. And there are many methods of accumulation, mantra accumulation or recitation, but there's nothing that surpasses, or no method that surpasses that of supplication. And there are many methods of applying or relying upon antidotes, but there is none that surpasses the antidote of completely giving up the concerns of this life. And there are many methods for protecting the samayas, but there is none that surpasses experiencing or abiding within the experience of the three doors as the pure aspects of the deity's body, speech, and mind. In other words, experiencing all phenomena as the pure form of the deity, or the perceiving all appearances as the appearance, the union of appearance and emptiness, experiencing all sounds as the union of sound and emptiness, or mantra, and experiencing the arisings, mental arisings, as the dharmakaya. The union of clarity and emptiness. And he likewise says there are many trainings, but none that surpasses treating all with deep respect, placing everyone at the crown of your head. And there are many Oh yeah. So there are many forms of intelligence and many different types of intelligently executed activity, but none surpasses that of practice, or that of practice, and they're or perfecting practice, really bringing our practice to completion, and there are many who are very skilled or learned in Dharma, or there are many ways of practicing Dharma skillfully, but there is none that surpasses that of adopting or making effort in virtue and abandoning non-virtue.
Bodhicitta da Dorjee samba je de tribute Dorjee ni ma je wa tan ru do wa ta ji rang la pa de alekal la so yo ba tan ru da zam dang do wa ta ji zo wa de da Dorjee ti chin hab chi ne Dorjee chin hab chi sa de da Dorjee zo zhuo ro wa tribute zhuo ro wa tribute zhuo zo de chu zhang yang zhuo xiu zam sim jian tam ji dong a chuo song zam. tendu zamda da
Kung ta nga chik la yu sare de Dorjee dang dubu deni Dorjee la gare sungya.
Dorjee sambaji.
Dorjee samba.
Chibu Dorjee nimaji ise lam do tina.
So then we have the blessing or the consecration of the Vajra and bell. And so as we do this, we visualize the Vajra as Vajrasapa and the bell as Vajra or Dorjee Nyama, Vajratopa. And as we then bless the bell or consecrate the Vajra and bell, and then we play the bell, and we can think that as we play the bell, we are dispelling with the resonance of the bell all of the suffering of sentient beings is being dispelled or cleared away.
So then
there is, there are the implements and the different kind of materials that are needed for the practice. So when practicing Vajrasattva, so we want to, arrange, first of all, have an image of the deity, a tanka or an image of the deity, where the offerings should be arranged. We have the inner offerings and the torma, the various types of torma, and mainly a Vajra and bell. So here it says Vajra and bell and Damaru.
Then the journey showing the decent return to China. Japan said it, Jigan was on that you don't like Gomiatela. Tata Tambo Chancho Samly Chongores, Chancho Samly Chongwas, Gunta Droba Dombas, Gunta said not the main dial that you are draw dial. What 10 member that Gunta say, or that John Bishop is there, Gunta. I think your money.
Oh, that's it. Yeah. Okay. So, Lord, Jikten Samgangi Gari?
Gumdi Tambo Chancho Sam Gores, Chancho Sam the Chung, the Jake Tang, Tambo te, Nipa the Gunta say, Gunta, Shewan, Yon Drop say, or Gunta, member, Gunta Tomba.
Shenwang Dang Yongdu.
That lab no Gunta Tomba is on that. Gunta Tomba Chi. 10 number 0. Number chamber, number Taba chamber. Or the Naja number. Or Tingas on the Tango is.
So, Lord Jigten Sumgun then says that in meditating on the Yidam deity, first and foremost, we need to have bodhicitta, that the deity itself is arisen from bodhicitta, and that the kind of imputation of kind of the all that is visualized, all of the aspects of kind of relative visualization is actually the nature of emptiness. So there has to be the presence of great compassion and clear visualization, understanding that visualization to be empty in essence, and that we should have these three aspects complete in the practice, that there's the aspect of clarity, so the visualization is clear, it is vivid. There is the recollection of purity, the understanding of the pure symbolic nature or attributes of the deity's form, and the reliance upon divine pride.
Lunga is on Lu, Nga is on Tama, Tamakin Zibaji, what it drove by Chube, Gopayus, Lunga is on Tamin Zibe Drobat, Pachube, Gopayus, Tendrugona, Lakutagona, the Chancho Samson, Lakutas Gomchira.
So likewise, he says that again, the deity, the form of the deity is arisen from bodhicitta. It is like the self-manifestation of bodhicitta. And when we meditate on the form of the deity, we do so like a rainbow, that the deity clearly appears like a rainbow in space, empty of substantial nature. And that as we meditate on ourselves as the deity, that this counteracts or reverses the ordinary fixation or sort of grasping to the ordinariness, ordinary experience of body, speech, and mind. So then the first line in the sadhana is, in a single instant I appear in the form of the co-emergent transcendent conqueror. So first we have, this first arising that is instantaneous, like the instantaneous arising of the complete form of the deity. So that is, to begin with, we have the instantaneous arising and the different types of the arising of the deity's form. That's the instantaneous type. And in general, Drupon Rinpoche says he himself actually has composed or arranged a commentary on the Chakrasamvara practice. Yeah. Oh, no, sorry. On this sadhana. So his commentary is actually a commentary on this particular sadhana. And he's very close to finish with it. It's pretty much complete, but there's still some stages that have to happen. Like it has to be proofread and edited, and like a few final stages, and also like a few final finishing touches. So it's not completed yet, but it will be completed, and he hopes to make it available also in the future. So some of his Dharma friends requested, asked him if he could compose something like this, and so he did since it was requested. yola ta dus chenam demo dorma chenam demo choba chenam demo chigiri ga techi so so yidam la king ajar sang den ba wa te chi thom na te so chenam jo to gres wa te an thama ba ina ti chenam chi to ma re sen so so la ajar sang den be na wa te chi go res. And so first we have at the outset, before we actually go through the main process of like step-by-step generation of the form of the deity, we have this instantaneous arising. So we, in a single instant, arise in the complete form of the deity, and we do so, with complete clarity, like really treating it like a full, like we're generated now in the form of the deity. And the reason for doing so is that there are all these preliminary stages that then follow, like we have to bless the nectar, we have to bless the offerings, we have to bless the tormas. And so then we have to do these activities of blessing the substances in the enlightened form of the deity. If we are doing this in our ordinary form, then we can't achieve that activity. We're not able to actually consecrate or bless the various substances.
Number 0 number 0 te kwam ko korem da nga go number 0 ti ga wa tene da rang ji ge jum den de le je ge gu do ngom bo xie je cha ni jian zong che wa te so ji zai de le shun Ucha repa yoba.
Kudo dang. Sorry.
Sheje chani jianzom. Jianzom cheba du zai de chu de ra, che cheba zai de. Ucha repa jo pen jian. Repa ya dam de zai zai mon nor yoba. Du na so de je yoba. Yong dawa che yoba. Dawa che ka. Wa tene dorjen chima de be. Tokam de pa yoro. Toba lomba ngap chu to shan dong yoba. De chagde chu la so jian de le. Wa te kar knyam go tang den ba. Wa tene sha ye jang we tun chen ma da ma ne de chang gang. Yong gong de ji ji na ho go gang zi de le. Wa ten ru chi ten yom do je pang mo mo do ma mo. Xie jie cha ni jian zong to kam nga ho le. Wa da ji kwan de to ba nga chu to sha 토바 감봉가 슈 토샤요 봐. 토샤요 봐. 어때 차자 나요 봐. 차자 나. 대 차에 저거다. 용 소차 송들. 대 야빈 거 추대 용 바티. 되네 샤 용공 이 용장 그래. 샤 용장 예공들 야 개발지들.我真就是对吧？全部娘们的人，我真就是咱光过来是样那个，我这是那把这我这公司的那把这我是哇，工作强这样的说，来他们这个嘛，谁讲这光头那毛我把光头也骗给这是，他来他去想那的光头嘛也是。
So in any case, as Lord Jigten Sumgan says that it is important to have this aspect of clarity in our visualization, where he spoke about these like 5 steps or stages in the generation stage, visualizing ourselves as the deity that involve, clarity, recollection of purity, and divine pride. And so we visualize the color of, the deity that we're, he's blue in color. With 1 face and 2 arms, 3 eyes, 4 fangs. His hair is bound in a top knot or bound in matted locks at his crown, and with a crescent moon above. And he is wearing a crown ornament of the 5 but with 5 dried skulls of the 5 Buddha families, with a chain, the Vajra chain, along the hairline, that he is ornamented with all of the 6 bone ornaments, and displaying the 9 moods of dance. His with in union with a consort. Vajravarahi, with the right leg, with the right leg slightly bent and the left extended, and Vajra Yogini, who is also then with 1 face and wearing the garland of severed heads, or 50 severed heads. And the 5, she is wearing the 5 bone ornaments, and in her right hand is a drikok, or the curved knife, and in her left she holds a skull cup with, or the skull cup. And so in this way we visualize, we little by little at first, maybe it is not so clear, but the more that we can have a very strong visualization at this initial stage with the instantaneous arising, it will also help us to maintain that clarity in the, later in the text when we go through the step-by-step visualization process of the generation stage. So then we can close here, and then we'll pick up in the afternoon. So with closing.
ma je bo no je je